timestamp. February 9th, 2026. It's almost 5 a.m. Just got up maybe half an hour ago. I don't know. Woke up to Queenie. There's the neurotic calico draped across my keyboard and my notes over here. I love our cats. That one, she's pushing her luck. This is a no-fly zone here. I tolerate it when my cigar is still like smoldering. I've got like a little wisp of smoke going across. I tolerate it when like Hex gets on the other side of the bar and stares at me across the debris field, but you don't lay on my keyboard. You'd make a fine pelt. Know it. Woke up with a screaming headache. Took some took some Tylenol. Starting to go away. I'm gonna get that shower I've been fantasizing about here in a few. I was gonna get it last night before I went to bed, but there was competition for the bathroom, so it's like, you know what? It's the problem basically with having, one bathroom and two teenagers. We'll eventually get that second bathroom, the guest bathroom, checked out, but I don't even know what's wrong with it. I'm scared to make a move on it this second. Just backstory on that is my parents never used the bathroom. I mean, they never used that shower in that bathroom. They used the bathroom. And my mom was using the bathtub for shoe storage. That was where she put her shoe collection. Don't ask. I can't answer it. I've tried. Oh my God, I've tried. So I asked her 2-3 years ago, 2023, shoes. What's with the shoes? And she said that, well, that bathtub, that it doesn't work. I was like, okay, what's wrong with it? It doesn't work. Okay. So I don't know, and it's nasty. It's got beyond mildew built up in it. So, this is going to sound, this is like the pirate side of what we're doing right now, the ARG side. Until I have capital to work with to affect repairs and or to pay for damages, I'm kind of scared to activate anything in there because when she says it doesn't work, I don't know what that means. I don't know if that means it floods, if there's an internal leak, or maybe it works just fine and she didn't want anybody messing with her shoe storage. I don't know. But until I have absolute control and or the money to deal with it if something goes horribly sideways, I don't want to mess with it. Because no matter what, there's going to have to be some extensive cleaning in there, if not repairs. So, we'll deal with the one shower for now. Even though it's annoying. I don't know. still not AI. Seeing some interesting discussions about intellectual property and AI online between some of my friends and whatnot via Facebook. Interesting arguments all around. I'm okay with the concept of AI. I was raised on Star Trek and Twilight Zone and all that, so I'm okay with the concept of it. But AI is a lot like children, and just like kids aren't born to be racist. They're kind of groomed. Ugly word now, right? Groomed. But they're groomed to be that way by what they're raised in. AIs are children. And the old phrase, garbage in, garbage out. If they're taught stuff that isn't true or horribly biased, that's what they become. That's why. And the audacity of calling it grok really bothers me, just because that's a Robert Heinlein. You can look it up. It's a Robert Heinlein term, and frankly, it has no business in that man's mouth. Because I'm certain he doesn't grok what grok really is all about. There's a reason that grok was spitting out a whole lot of Hitler-esque vitriol. That's the information pool that baby grok was swimming in. If you teach it wrong things, it will learn wrong things. Exactly. It's not complicated. So, I'm down with the idea of AI. I think it could streamline our world's technology. We've got brilliant scientists, but if we've got somewhat independent supercomputers basically thinking about the same things that we're thinking about, together we could probably solve quite a bit. But we've got to raise them right. We've got to raise them right. And there is so much misinformation, disinformation, horribly spun BS online right now. I don't know what we're expecting. That mini game in Wreck-It Ralph where they're designing a car and it's just spitting out ingredients that you can use to build your car. If you know the scene, you know what I'm talking about. That's what we're doing with AI right now. Because the misinformation, the unbridled untruths are not being managed. So the end result, of Vanellope's car looked pretty cool and kind of asymmetric and quirky. But the real world applications of what could take place, it's not edgy, it's terrifying. Just my random thought, I just popped on and was kind of reading some conversations, and yeah, I have my thoughts, clearly. Oh, yeah, I don't know if I showed you this one yet. I think I actually have 2 of this one. Rabbit of Seville. When did that come out? 1950. But yeah, no, I think I got 2 of this one. I think I got one in one lot and one in another lot. Which, again, bully for bugs. I have 3 of it. Okay. But, one like this, having 2, yeah, okay, cool. Again, Hairway to the Stars, of the ones that I know exist right now, if I were to get 2 of any of them, Hairway to the Stars, because Bugs and Marvin, come on, they're my jam. And the Bugs Bunny and King Arthur's Court would be a good one to have 2 of. And even Rabbit Seasoning, but I don't even have one because, damn it, I really wish he had flipped those in the packaging. I mean, I wish he had packaged them correctly, because again, exterior, perfect. Nothing was getting through that box, but interior, they were like lightly wrapped to where they could just clink together the whole trip from Wisconsin or wherever it was they came from. And I opened it, peeled back the packaging, and went, okay, this looks good. Ooh. They have been kinetically kissing the whole time here. Hopefully they survived. Yeah, one didn't. You got it half right. And that's why I won't sell mugs and porcelain stuff on eBay. Won't do it. I'm going to have to do those through garage sales. I found a box style that works really well with vinyl. I've sold some vinyls and shipped them, and they've made it without any complication. But porcelain, I don't know that I want to play that. I did a while back, 10 years ago. I had some Wizard of Oz porcelain figures. I think they were like, what's that? Franklin Mint, I think. It wasn't Bradford. I think it was Franklin. And I had some of the like Wizard of Oz porcelain figures, and I wrapped them as carefully as I could. This is part of why I'm gun shy on that. Man, I was thorough, everything, and half of them didn't survive transport. I sold like 10 of them and had to refund 5. Man, some of them were pricey too. I know one of the ones that died in transport was like $80. So I was out a porcelain figure basically with no jingle in the kitty. That was sad. That was a sad day. I think it was the Wicked Witch. Like her arm broke off in transport. So, and they sent me pictures and everything. I'm like, yeah, okay, cool. I'll refund that. They probably glued it and made it look, but that's not their problem. That's, my problem. So, don't like shipping highly breakable things. Don't like it. Once bitten. Hey, Janus. Hey, bud. It's okay. Just saying hi. He's gonna be okay. Pit stop for water. I got the water bowl like right under the bar over here. Oh. Coming into Monday morning, so I got some phone calls I need to make. See if I can get some of the stuff squared away for my dad. Health check. I woke up incredibly congested and with a headache, so that might be related. Don't know. Could be a sinus thing. It could be the emphysema. I did go through the debris that Tiny set up for me over here. And I am ready for my next batch of bullshit from the lanai. Try and make some more things a little bit better stored. One brick. Trying to get my head back in the game. Yeah, I was talking with somebody the other day. It's doing pretty good, and then my mom's birthday came along in January 7th, and I wasn't able to call my mom because she's dead. Because normally, there's Janus. Oh, big stretch. What are you doing, kitty? I just gotta get some coffee. Okay, you hop that way. Okay. Scary. He does this hop, hop, turn thing. I'll take a couple hops, turn around, and check. Is he still behind me? You know the routine by now. Get low on creamer. That is not a good place to be. Acorn. You get everything done, so to speak? Come on, pal. I know, it's 40 degrees outside. Yeah. This is why I'm personally glad we don't have an outhouse. There we go. Go. No, don't throw it on the ground. Go. Alright, kitty cookies. Come to the cookie. All are welcome. Janus. Janus. Hey. You want this? You going that way? Okay. Can you, since you've already had yours, can you go now? Thank you so much. Jinx. There you go. Janus. Put that there for later. Mr. Acorn, you already had yours. Like coming over and nudging my hands, like, no. That is not actually how the rules work. Obviously, I already got dishes going. That was my butt, Kaiser. Acorn, you don't need to go out in the garage. No, sure don't. You do not need to do that. Man, I'm watching you. Woke up to Tom Baker, the Deadly Assassin, was just starting up. I want to say it's like the first Doctor Who episode ever where the Doctor doesn't have a companion, which makes it kind of unusual. Because I think at that point Sarah stayed behind on Earth and the Doctor has been called to Gallifrey. Paraphrasing. A lot more to it, but I think right after that he meets Leela, I think. And then they pick up K9, and then Romana, Key to Time, Romana 2, Adric, Anyway, there's a flow. Those kind of choppy waters, right? I'm not sure what I'm drinking. It's okay. I think Alex got creative. Sorry. Definitely need to get an order in though, because I need creamer. I'm low. I noticed other containers are low. The coffee flows fast and furious around here. That's not a good place to be. No. Yep, that's my brain right now. Definitely feels like a sinus headache. I need to check the dryer too, because I got laundry in there. 1 brick. Not moving this mountain in a day. Could not be done without 2 industrial dumpsters and about 15 people. And because there's still stuff missing, that's a horrible idea. Jinx is being weird. But yeah, I woke up to Deadly Assassin and an Acorn. He kind of sleeps in front of the couch in front of me, which he does his best to make it impossible for me to stand up without standing on him. It's a skill that he has. He's got it down too. But he's living his best life, kind of. Tongue hanging out. Poke him, make sure he's okay. Then poke him just for fun. He's a pain in my ass, but he's my pup. Aren't you? Okay. But yeah, my mom's birthday came around, and every year, other than the hiatus of 3 years way back, her birthday came around, even if we were pissed at each other, a phone call was made and we'd talk for half an hour to sometimes 4 hours, just catching up and whatnot in case we hadn't had a lot of contact, during the past month, 6 months, what have you. I couldn't make that phone call. Even if I wanted to, I couldn't make that phone call. It hit me like a brick. So, but I am pulling myself out of it. It's still with me, and it always will be, right? I did check in with the facility where my dad is, and I was told he's good, he's fine. My weekly check-ins with him, man, I get some detailed answers, don't I? He's good, he's fine. Well, slow down. I don't want you to give me too many facts all at once. Don't get too specific here. Just generally, how's he doing? Sorry, I typically talk to the shrink, and we need to visit him this month. We haven't visited him in probably 3 weeks. And try and at least stop by once a month and check on him. The last time was pretty heartbreaking though, because Pix and I know that for half the conversation it wasn't registering who we were. We were just random people that decided to stop and talk to him. And we knew a lot about his life. It was really strange. This sucks. But yeah, we need to stop by and check on him. Find out what he's good, he's fine really means, you know. I've been watching his brain break in slow motion for like 3 years now. It's ugly. It is ugly. I'm just trying to keep me and mine alive while I make sure that he's comfortable, fed, taken care of, medicated appropriately, you know. That's where I am. I attempt to make sense of and dig through the debris that was left because I had courting parents that were having cognitive problems and not taking care of business. It's my world in a nutshell right now. It's not glamorous, but I'm not bored, you know. And I know what needs to get done. It's just really slow going to like maddening levels. Because again, you know, it's probably, you add it up, probably 3,000 plus square feet of debris and neglect. You know, 3,000 to 4,000 square feet probably, because the lanai is huge. That's 15 by 25 right there. His workshop, the alcove. The house is 1,500 square feet, not counting the garage. Yeah, maybe 4,000 square feet. And that's not counting the sheds and the other things on the grounds themselves. It's going to take a minute. It's going to take a minute. And I'm going to be giggling like a madman a lot, I think. It's just the silliness. Maybe screaming when nobody's looking, you know. That's what I got. So, that slideshow on my computer just changed. I have slideshow pictures that make me happy, so, Gomez and Morticia. It's as Pix would put it, our life goals. Raul Julia and Angelica Houston. Mind you, I do like the Guzman Jones. On Wednesday, I think they're doing it much more like the comic strip than the TV show, you know. But there's nothing wrong with that. It's still really good stuff. I've been very impressed with Wednesday. I know that's kind of old news because the second season's been out for a while, but if you haven't checked it out, if you liked the movies, the Raul Julia, Christopher Lloyd, Christina Ricci, if you liked those films and or even the old TV show, which I was raised on too, it was in reruns while I was a kid. What's a rerun? Wednesday. Check it out. It's a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Different approach on some characters, but not bad, not wrong. You know what I mean? And some guy named Tim Burton, I think, kind of helming it. He might know a little bit about the funky horror comedy kind of style. It's an excellent choice. Excellent choice. Excellent choice. Excellent choice. For a showrunner, that showrunner, yeah. Nailed it. I can think of a couple of other good choices, but he'd be top of the list. And Del Toro, I mean, there's a couple that could have come up with something interesting too, but yeah, no. If you were to tell me that Burton was available, yeah, get him. Get him. You know what I mean? I know a lot of it's his brainchild anyway, but if you were to just pitch the idea and then say, who do you want for a showrunner? Yeah, he would have been my number one pick anyway. Because he's gonna keep the creepy, and he's gonna find the funny. He excels at that. You know, NBX, Corpse Bride, Beetlejuice, Edward Scissorhands. What better resume do you need? You know what I mean? Hell, just NBX and Corpse Bride. Sure. He's going to understand the thematics, the visuals, the storytelling, all of it. It's perfect. Perfect. We don't talk about Sweeney. Okay, so my big problem with the film version of Sweeney Todd, being a baritone bass, Sweeney Todd is actually on my bucket list of parts to play. It's a very special part in that most of your musicals out there, and if you're a baritone or a baritone bass, you understand what I'm saying right now. Shows aren't written for us. Shows aren't written for us. They're not. We get the villain part. We get the father of the bride part. But main characters, they're all tenors. They're all tenors. Tenors are much prettier. They sound much prettier. They're more appealing. Blah, 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 blah. We don't get those parts. When you can hit a G1 and stuff like that, we don't get the lead. We don't. They're not written for us. So this is my big problem with it, and I've had some people that are like, that's so petty. You don't understand. Now, mind you, I've learned to really enjoy the parts that I can get. Like, I would love to do Les Mis. I'm not going to produce Les Mis. The set design on it terrifies the fuck out of me. But I'm not going to play Jean Valjean because I don't have the vocal range for it, because it's a tenor, it's a high tenor, and that's the way it was written. Javert, I could play that. But again, one could make the argument that he's a villain part. I'm proving my point here. Rocky Horror, Frankenfurter's actually written as a baritone. Wow, a part that was written for me, you know. Sweeney Todd is a part that was written for me. He's essentially a baritone bass. and I'm full of joy. Um, the fact that I want to do Jekyll and Hyde, I'm going to be pushing my high range. But I also, if I get to do it, which it's seriously bucket list, like that's going to be one of my big regrets on deathbed if I don't get to do it. Seriously. I plan on trying to do Jekyll in more the higher baritone and Hyde in the bass, which I haven't seen anybody really do. I haven't seen anybody dig really deep for Hyde. Do you really think, really, that I would ever let you go? Really get into that, first, second octave kind of stuff. They usually do some other vocal techniques and whatnot to give a difference, but I plan on trying to go baritone, bass, bring out the evil. No one touches Hyde. Yeah, I can do that. My low's G1, if you're into like music and vocals and whatnot. I can punch a G1. So my big problem with Sweeney Todd is it's a part that was written for a baritone bass. And Tim Burton, and this is nothing against Johnny Depp or Helena Bonham Carter, because I think they're both brilliant. But when you change the music of a very established piece so that you can do a movie musical with your best friends, dude, pick something else. Pick something that will actually, that you don't have to change. That's my big problem with it. And as far as Helena Bonham Carter as Mrs. Lovett, she is so good at playing twisted that I don't really have a problem with it. What I have a problem with is them changing the music for Johnny Depp to allow him to be able to sing it because it was too low, the way it was written. And I know Sondheim's blessing and all that, but I just really have a problem with it. Don't do that. Don't, leave it alone. It's a very established classic musical, which means you don't have to alter it, not that drastically. A tweak here, a tweak there, maybe that one little lyrical change or whatnot. But yeah, no, don't. And yeah, Anthony Head, I mean, cool, but also no. And you could say, well, you're doing the same thing with Jekyll and Hyde. I am going to try and do something that no one's done before, and I think it can be done. It's me pushing the envelope. And I'm not going to be changing the music, I'm going to be changing the vocalization, because I think it can be done. It's going to be hella challenge, but I think I can do it. Because one of the big problems that most performers, and Miss Mojo even covered this in something, one of the big problems that a lot of Jekyll Hyde actors have is you can't tell the difference in their voice when they're Jekyll and when they're Hyde. Which, it's the same guy, so you could make the argument of, well, yeah, of course you can't, because it's the same person. But part of the challenge of the part is differentiating the two characters on stage to where, in a moment, the audience has no question as to who is actually helming the ship. They need to know. And that's one of the ways that we as actors can do it. Movement, voice. What else you got? You got your body, you got what you sound like. I go back to my director, Harry. His 3 rules of casting. Do you look it? Do you sound it? Do I believe you? That was his 3 rule for casting. Do you look it? Do you sound it? Do I believe you? Now, the do I believe you part could override one of the other 2. And he explained this to me one day. He's like, there have been a couple parts that I got cast for that I didn't necessarily look it, or I didn't necessarily sound like what he wanted, but because I'm a good enough actor, he believed me. He's like, you look it, I believe you, the sound is close enough, because I believe you. And if I believe you, then you are that part. Does that make sense? I've seen a lot of Jekylls and a lot of Hydes. And it still pains me that they filmed the Hasselhoff version because, no. Just no. I wish they had filmed Robert Cachuli. He was amazing. Amazing in the part. I had the privilege of seeing him twice, live. And I did see Robert, or Bob Evan. Rob Evan? I think he goes by Rob Evan. I saw him once live. Also quite good, but Cachuli blew my mind. But with the part, do you look it? Do you sound it? Do I believe you? Do you look it? Your body language, your movement, your posture. Do you sound it? Your vocals. Do I believe you? A lot of the people that I've seen do Jekyll and Hyde over the years, I don't believe you. I believe you as Jekyll, or I believe you as Hyde, but I can't see the other. If that makes sense. I hope it makes sense. So I'm going to try and really go wide with the vocalization. And again, I may never actually get to do it, but God, I really want to. I'm going to try and go wide enough with the vocalization to where, if it's Hyde, it's in this octave range. If it's Jekyll, it's in this. Will it work? It's going to be hard, but I think I can do it. But anyway, my 3 cents. Once again, you get a raise. So, I'm going to get busy on my stuff. Take a shower first, though, because, damn, I think everybody's asleep, so I can actually do it. Because a line for the bathroom. It's like the Brady Bunch all over again. Alright. Brady Bunch was a show in the 70s. You can look it up. Gen X humor. Yeah. So, you know the drill on this one. Or if you don't, welcome to my channel. Feel free to like, comment. Yeah. Hug your parents. Hug your kids. Make it a great day.